Welcome, welcome returning and new subscribers. I am Goddess High Priestess Empress Alba La Pantera. Welcome to part 6 out of 9. North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. You can utilize these messages as long as you have access to it for the next 18 months, but also remember that the energy is timeless in terms of where you each are at along your journey of life. But welcome all, okay? I give you all a few to get the notification. Where's the refresh button? Moon still in Scorpio. Not surprised. Not surprised. At 27 degrees. The degree of Gemini, 27. All is well, all is well. Gratitude for asking. Let me make these adjustments as well here for the chat, so we don't get no nonsense. Welcome. We're about to get started here in just a moment. Not that. That's not what we're looking at. All right. So, prior to getting started with this message for the collective, the pre-shuffle energy spoke about being cracked open, and at the bottom of the deck was perspective. Being cracked open, and what's also cracking open is a new perspective. This opening is the result of getting to what you would call the essence of rock bottom. This is part 6, Virgo energy. The mantra for Virgo is I analyze. So when analyzing certain habits, and as a result, closing out cycles that connect to those habits, there's a moment where now your reality begins to shift, and it may seem that it's spiraling downward, only for you to get to the root of it all, to plant new seeds, so that way you can rise again, reflecting the newer and higher perspective that you have. Okay. So let's see where the message goes for you all, because a lot was coming through today. I will be going live after this over on TikTok. I do feel as though that there's a message that it may possibly come through here as well, but it's more so towards that dimension. Now, towards that dimension is coming through more as a warning. Warning of the first step of consequences unfolding. But let's see what the message is for here over on YouTube. May you all be blessed. Something's moving very quickly here. So this was the first card that came out. Also allowing yourself to breathe from not being so closed in. I will pull one right now for you all here. Let's just see. What this is. But overall, there is this energy of severance. Cutting right through the middle, just as you saw in that card. Cutting right to where it has to be cut through and out. Okay. So, what's the message for the collective? A lot of heart chakra activations. So that would really connect to a realization of love and what isn't or wasn't. In any area of life. Just the frequency of love. Knowing what it is and what it wasn't. Forge. Don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. This is what your soul wants you to know. What is the action your soul wants you to take furthermore in regards to this energy? It's coming through as a soul whisper. 5:50 on the clock. What is the action? Wow. You have weight and star keepers that came out in this position as a reader. When they come out in this position, this is presenting itself as a challenge. So patience for some of you here is a challenge when it comes to what your soul wants you to know in regards to you being the leader you wish you had. People wish on a star. The star keeper is connected to the cosmic ancestor. You have this egg-shaped energy, and look at here what we have. This opening, as we were stating in the beginning, heart chakra. Connecting directly to the soul star. So you're getting, by you hitting rock bottom, you actually hit your earth star chakra. You actually connected with your soul. There is no coincidence in anything that you have been experiencing in life. Furthermore, the bottom of your feet is called the soles of your feet. Now, the feet is represented in astrology by Pisces. The North Node, which is the direction or the life purpose, the goal, the focus, is in the sign of Pisces, of spirituality, rejuvenation, also chaos. Now, chaos is happening on a daily in many different ways. It's not just an energy of aggression. When you truly understand the essence of chaos, it may not even be aggression anymore. It's just more so putting things in order. So this right now, but what I'm about to show you is a form of chaos because I'm about to put something in order. What am I about to do? This right here is here. If I want it to be here, because in order for me to feel that things are the way I want it to be in alignment, this is a chaotic move. It's a change. And sometimes that change comes through an intuitive spark. Because when you look at that word clearly, you break it up into that cha and os, oculus sinister. That's the left eye in connection to the right brain, which is the feminine energy, the intuition. And then you have cha, which is connected to the word T, 12:12 on the clock. T, as in T. But then you can also look at that as the letter T or the cross. Okay, that's from your lower chakras through your heart, passing your shoulders into heaven. That's literally depiction of what most people know as Christ, when it's actually speaking towards you. It's about you and your anatomy. Any type of change that happens, which is what chaos is, it's a catalytic event that causes change in connection to life force. It's always something that's in motion that's causing change for the better, or the essence of alchemy, transforming something from a lower vibration to a higher vibration. Now, with this message in regards to the soul's guidance of the actions to take when it comes to you forging and not following and paving a new path, what I was just about to say is more so connected to the realm of the energies that are on TikTok that I'm noticing, where it gives this sense 555, 1813, the moon and the death card. The moon is in Scorpio right now. Exactly. It gives a vibe of new souls. Now, if you have been tuned in with me over on this channel for some time, you'll notice the past couple years, and speaking of the age of Aquarius, to be mindful of what it is that you are connecting to and the information that you are seeking and where you located, because this is an age where, quote unquote, everyone is going to be right. It's the age of knowledge. But your first source of knowledge should be your soul, which is trusting the guidance of your heart. But you'll easily fall for anything if you have a hard heart and you're still connecting to things that were just a lesson to connect you to your higher vibration or your higher consciousness or your higher mind, your divine guidance, your divine knowledge, however it is you want to word it. Because overall, This is why you have these universal laws. Primarily, so as within, so without, as above, so below. Because everything that's going on in nature, it's happening within you as well. There's so much a reflection of what happens in nature or what you see in nature that reflects you. Another form of chaos: thunderstorm, tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, stars combusting. So I say that to say this: be very mindful of those who pose themselves as knowing the essence of cosmic galactic energies that is within them, and they're unaware of what chaos is. Secondly, it's not that it's time. Guess we're gonna do this here, but anyway, this is just okay. Heard you. It's always been time. It's always been time for this, what we're about to say next here. To have more respect for certain practices and the verbiage that comes with it. I see so many fucking people using the word ashe, which is in connection to the orishas. The orishas represent all of the elements, all of the frequencies that are connected to creation. But then you have these love and light people who disregard the essence of chaos using the word ashe, when it literally is also connected to life force energy and creation, but also that primordial source. Okay. So with this message, collective, what your soul is guiding you to do as far as the actions you're being guided to take, because those of you that I'm speaking to right now, you are very well aware as to what you came here to do, the adventure that you said yes to before stepping into this firmament or into this realm, literally. See that? That I, which is located here, the head, Aries mantra is I am. That frequency of God is that verbiage, I am that I am, which also is connected to chaos energy. That goddess energy, it's creation as well as destruction. It's the generator, operator, destroyer. Not limited to the things of kings and queens who are limited to human ways and only human ways and ways of the land. So when it comes to the guidance of your soul and the action you're being guided to take, trust the message that is coming through here, especially once you get to the point that you are releasing a lot of what Mars and Cancer retrograde has been having you go within, that normally you would seek assistance outside of yourself or a conversation with someone just to distract yourself from what is what it is you're really being called to do with that energy and motion, or that emotion that is building up, which is to allow yourself to feel what that is, because that is directly connected. When you're able to change that energy of fear or anger, or for some of you it's anxiety, others of you it's depression, where you're sitting in something for too long because you're not aware of the power that you have, that this exact emotion is guiding you towards. But what you were taught to understand, understand, and overstand about yourself was that you had to seek saving of something outside of you. And it's within you. You're made from it, so therefore you are it. Even more so that those who are unable to shift, now the question becomes, what is your essence of source that you truly come from, if you are unaware or unable to shift into the resonance of knowing that you are God, you are a goddess, you are in connection to source, but the fear that one is choosing to hold on to, and it plays out in different ways. And that fear, once again, is also connected to those who don't know what chaos is. But when it claimed to have done this and have done that, hey, some of you who are aware that you are a spiritual warrior, you have the balance of 72 angels and the 72 demons, which allows you to connect to the 144 hertz. You are aware of the lower and the upper, or the hell and the heaven that dwell within you. The alignment of the two allows you to be at 144. That's a 9. This is that year of the serpent that is rising. Specifically the one that goes towards the right side of the brain that has been shut out for ages. This is where some of you could be getting this. You may be wondering, where is this energy even coming from? Something that you felt as though you have already resolved. It's 2022 on the screen, so something about 2022 is also significant today, which would actually, that would be 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1236. It is not that ad, but as this person is speaking in this ad, I'm hearing another ad. Safe light, something about a window shield or safe light. But anyway, Cosmic Ancestor card does say that though. See the light by staying grounded. Now, see the light by staying grounded. When you speak of the root chakra, especially from a yoga standpoint, it's connected to the planet Saturn, and the root chakra relates to basic trust. Saturn has been in the sign of Pisces. The North Node now is in Pisces. So Saturn has been putting an end to so many belief systems, and for some of you, abruptly. putting you through this lesson of ripping things away from you that you feel as though, and you may be asking yourself, is there actually a God? Is what is really going on? That's for the beginning stages of a person going through a spiritual journey, where it leads them into, the questions lead them into the part of themselves that, if they align with the proper information, they can see the purpose in why certain things change. And now they'll be able to, you know, detach themselves from the grief, because the grief is what's going to block the heart chakra. For some of you, you're wanting a deeper connection, I'm getting now, from your cosmic ancestors, but you can't receive that powerful information with the blocked heart chakra, still grieving over situations. I get it. You go through your hurt and pain, but that's also that energy of hitting rock bottom, so that way you can experience that split, so the light can come in. And that light is also going to cleanse you out and purify you. That light is connected to fire, allowing that light, that fire, to purify you. Also to bring warmth. If something has been in a position that it's been still and cold, that light entering is going to now melt that ice, bring moisture. So now that you have a place of incubation for that seed to grow. Okay. So in order for you to, even something as simple as knowing what your purpose is, along with knowing the information of your natal chart, because your North Node tells you what your purpose in life is, along with the essence of your midheaven, the MC, master of ceremonies and shit, but it's really connected to midheaven. But it allows you to know what your purpose is, but if you don't have that basic trust, you'll never be able to get off the ground and expand and rise when it comes to what your purpose is. And to know what those lessons are, that's your Saturn placement. Because once again, Saturn rules that root chakra, putting you through the test of basic trust. Now, going back to where Saturn is, in the sign of Pisces. In tarot, that's the Eight of Cups, which is the card of walking away from those things that no longer serve you. No matter how much you've invested in it, it's not serving you. You may feel as though that walking towards just 2 cups, it's a waste of time, but what's going to be a waste of time and energy literally is you staying with these 8 cups that no longer serve you. When those 2 cups are literally connected to the essence of Venus in Cancer, or your values when it comes to the way you feel, trusting your worth and your feelings, and really moving towards what aligns with that, and not settling for something less because you want to stay in the lesson. Saturn puts you through lessons to allow you to gain the wisdom through challenges and obstacles, so that way now you can step into some of you just recently had an out-of-body experience, so you can step into what it truly means for you to be who you are here to be. Because right after Pisces, you got Aries, which says I am. Right before Pisces, you have Aquarius that says I know. I know. So what you know influences what you believe, and what you know and believe becomes who you become, the I am. So you want to ask yourself that. What do you know? What do you believe? And now who are you? Anything else? Yeah. 611. The other card says wait. Things are being woven. Your patience is being tested. Show me the energy of the test for the collective. Show me the energy of the test for the collective. I might not even have to go live on. I probably still will. I could just make a clip from this, actually. But anyway. Because I'm seeing this shit that I'm seeing. I said, oh, fuck. Okay. These are the new souls. The essence of a new soul. Or better stated, those who are actually awakening. The new wave of those that are awakening. Not throwing shade, but still not throwing shade, because I did say the word but, so that would make it seem as though I am. But it's not shade. When you are at the beginning stages and you begin to seek information, we all go through that stage. You know what I'm saying? Of feeling as though, oh, this is what it is, until the universe, which is you, until your words test exactly what you thought. Only to see if you really gonna still move that way or feel that way. It's a beautiful thing, you know, to go along that journey. But then you do got those who really get beside their motherfucking self, okay? They get beside themselves. They don't know who they talking to. They don't know who they be talking to. Or who's around, who's... Yeah. People just love using verbiage of certain practices and don't know what the fuck they be doing for real. And it be them same ones coming up hours later talking about they went through a whole other death process. You gonna keep going through that because you disrespecting a whole different type of energy that you have no recognition about. I look at each platform as a different dimension. You know, because you're going to have different people that come across. 33, 17, 21, 17, 17, 17. Yeah, that was definitely a big number on the 20th with everything that was going on. Number 17, the star card, Aquarius energy. I ain't never seen that pattern show up the way it did. Oh, that's for me. That's not for this 17, 17 on the screen. 17 people, 17 thumbs up. See that? It's the energy of the lesson right now for the collective in general. The lesson has to do with the 10th house. Your achievements and status in the outside world, also in connection to recognition with the energy of Capricorn. Wow. Both Capricorn energies. Saturn is just out here. The energy around you when it comes to the lesson. Okay. It was just 34:45. Let's switch gears. Let's go a little bit fast up on this thing over here. because some of you are prepared, and this could also be making you a little antsy or anxious as to what's next. You are prepared to go at it. You are prepared to go to the next level where it requires you to be mature with the authority that you have, which is also why it's important to handle the polar reflection of this house, which is the fourth house, to handle anything that is still lingering as it relates to the beginning stages of what could possibly take you out of alignment in terms of not stepping into that full maturity to handle this type of authority. 6:17 on the clock right now. That 17 is not playing, as we just mentioned it. 2435. You may have people around you who you may have people around you who feel as though you've been skipping steps when you've been doing this entire time, and you've just been quiet about what you've been doing. Well, this is a beautiful moment, especially when you're in a state of not comparing yourself to another person or allowing someone to compare themselves to you. You're just able to be observant and let your greatness speak for itself while still giving love to these situations. And part of that giving love to these situations is equivalent to you doing that shit from a distance. Where people are wondering, 365, people are wondering, how did you, when you possibly have been even telling them 618, 1.618 is the golden ratio, you're tapped in. When you have been doing this for so long, you even to the point that you've been giving them the heads up, but they weren't listening to you because they possibly didn't believe in you, and that's okay. Being led to make you aware that the way the expression of this message is coming out is your higher self speaking to you. It's your soul speaking to you. Because your ego may still be on a little trip with you. You know what I'm saying? Where you'll be quick to respond instead of listening to the point where you recognize a response isn't necessary. Because what you're listening to, what you're hearing, they still won't be able to hear what your response is because they're at a level that doesn't allow them to connect to that level of resonance as to where you are at. The other thing for some of you, especially if you're someone who has an understanding of your wheel of life, your astrology, and you get around those who don't know much about their own astrology, but have the nerve to tell you about who you are, put them in their place. Respectfully, put them in their place. Because it's your intelligence and your knowing about yourself that is triggering them. I'll give you an example. I have a Mars in Aries in the 9th house. My midheaven is also Aries. So naturally, the way I rise and expand is literally by just being myself. Along with the fact that with that Mars and Aries in the 9th house, It's the essence of, I can be around anything and perform an exorcism on someone, and they'll just sit there and expose themselves. I don't have to say shit. But let a person get besides themselves. As I said, here's an example. I'm going to ask them, are you aware of what your human design is? Are you aware of what your Mars energy is? Are you aware of your Saturn placement? Are you aware of these certain placements? And I better get a response, okay? Especially when it comes to anything or anyone, anything as far as an entity that may be within that vessel, just to, you know, bring forth a little test at times, because that can happen too, to see if one will actually speak up, or the silence speaks for itself as well. You know what I'm saying? That's that choose your battles wisely energy. That's all I'm saying. Just if you are someone who is very aware of yourself, your energy, if someone comes to you and you feel it within your vessel that what they saying is not you, do something about it, but with the authority and maturity that you are aware that you have now. Because for some of you, that situation is coming into play just to see how you maneuver and wait, how you maneuver with patience, how you maneuver with waiting. You a whole divine cosmic being stepping into this world that most of these energies here can't even get to this point. Respectfully, that's the energy of the kings and queens, though. That's exactly what it is. It's connected to the elements of the land. Fire, air, water, earth. Fire, air, water, earth. Yeah. Fire, air, water, earth. To make sure you say all four of them. But when you're stepping into that God and Goddess energy, now you're choosing to reach here. Because the kings and queens can reach here, but they may stop there. Or here, the throat chakra. But when you are in your Empress, Emperor energy, you can become your own high priest, high priestess, which now means you have the vision or the insight to guide you in the voice of your truth. The kings and queens have to go to the Emperor and Empresses to figure out what to do. Okay. It's time to be in that greatest of all time energy. Nothing less. All right? Nothing less. You're already being dialed in, fine-tuned with cosmic information. Which comes with chaos. It comes with the essence of chaos. 4400 on the time. Can't call yourself no type of star seed or angel or whatever without chaos. Because it literally represents transformation. What occurs for transformation to happen, for change to happen. Because now that change isn't happening, now that still waters, now that's an entity of bacteria. Now bacteria has its role as well. 4444, but I'm pretty sure y'all not out here. You ain't come out here. You ain't say yes to change to become bacteria. $16.44 on the screen. A respectful tower. That's what that is. That's a respectful tower. That shit is hilarious. Soul action. Soul guidance action. Soul guidance action. Soul guidance action. Oof. I'm about to start. Ooh, Vesta. The sacred fires. The goddess within. Your sacred, speaking of. Your sacred spiritual center and quiet dignity. Allowing your fire to speak for itself because it already is. Something about your Mars placement, Jupiter. Sun, Mars, and Jupiter. Sun, Leo, Mars, Aries, Jupiter, Sagittarius. Those three. Get real familiar with those energies in your chart right now. As well as your Vesta. Because the thing with Vesta is it could be passion and fire that is placed appropriately or misplaced. Misplaced of the Vesta energy, it's going to be you wanting to save something that cannot be saved. It has ran its course. Okay. Let's see. Spiritual wound. Let that shit go. Antares. Scorpio's heart. Sixth sense activation. The interdimensional bridge. Reactivation of soul memory. Royal star Antares. If you have Sagittarius 8 to 9 degrees, it's connected to that star. Something about allowing this sacred spiritual center to come out. Does say quiet dignity, you know, keeping it reserved to an extent, but look at that. The wheel is also behind her, that natal chart wheel. Some of you could even be studying to, you know what I'm saying, become astrologers, or the moment you see the communication that's happening within that wheel and the changes or the aspects that occur and the experiences that you have, you may notice that this is something that, you know, it's a gift that you have been granted, some form of knowledge you have been given in order for you to Live your greatest life comfortably. Beyond that, luxuriously, for real. 2020 on the screen gives you clearer sight of where you're headed and where you're not to be, because it's done. You did what you had to do there. It's a lot. Not really. Waxing gibbous. Which is right before the full moon. Something you gave your energy to. Let's look at this. Let's look at. Let me see when this was. We just had a full moon in Cancer on the 13th. And the waxing gibbous phase was right before that. So somewhere along the lines of, let's say, let's give it from January 7th to the 12th. It's given you gave in. You gave in to something that, for some, 633, you gave in to something that you were to actually release. You gave into something that you were to release. Something about the evening times, around 10. Waxing gibbous, the giver. You are the giver. You gave into something. Healer. That's wild, because first quarter was actually the 7th. First quarter phases, it's the phase that will test your confidence and your commitment to the lessons you've learned about what it is that you had to overcome in order to gain wisdom. Something about the letters M and N. Something about those two letters. Minnesota, that's also coming through. Someone could have a connection to Vikings. Yeah, first quarter. The chains have been broken. Soul attraction. Shamanic journey. Cancer, Capricorn, surrender. There you have Capricorn energy again. This is separate from this, from what you gave into. Or if we're going to put them together, you have been giving your all when it comes to your shamanic journey, and now you're going to be placed into a phase of your life where you're attracting the essence of your soul, not so much the ego. Coming out of the phase of attracting lessons and into the phase of attracting blessings. Deliver all that is out of your control to the Most High. Be ready to shift. Soul fire. Deliver all that is out of your control to the Most High. The journey towards it would be you surrendering a situation, asking for guidance, but actually going through the process of asking for that guidance. in terms of once you have done all you can and you set up a new manifestation or the next step of that manifestation for something else to come in, not, you know what I'm saying, constantly watching the water boil or constantly redigging up the seed to see if it's actually growing. Just be ready to shift. Now that energy of you giving into something for some of you here, it's more so the surrender. That way you can be ready to shift. And this is how the chains are broken. The chains from the lessons, the chains connected to what Saturn has been teaching you in order for you to trust. Because without trust, you won't be able to have a deep and profound, intense connection of emotion of a higher vibration. That's Scorpio. Trust is connected to Scorpio. And without trust in the process, you'll constantly butcher it. Also, June 3rd to the 8th could be significant. That's Gemini. And you got Star Brothers here that was under this. I saw it earlier, but let me see. You got some heavy hitters. There's a lot of energy coming through these Star Keeper cards directly connected to Ancient Kemet. You got Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, fucking trust with the Star Brothers card. Hearing Brothers Keeper, Tahuti's at the bottom of the deck. And there you go with this card once again. Release comparisons now. Wednesdays could be of significance, or a lot of knowledge in regards to the underworld or assistance from the underworld goddesses and goddesses, the energy that you embody as well. Taking a spiritual bath in connection to the essence of your past life. Some of you do have a past life in Ancient Kemet. You already know that, or if you don't, hey. You got shamanic journey, integration of spirit and soul with the body, integration of spirit and soul with the body, collecting all fragments of the soul. Now that the chains have been broken, you can maneuver and collect these fragments wherever they may be. In terms of a vibration, collecting the fragments for some of you literally just means rising from the lower chakras into the upper chakras. Or stargates. Those are literally the stargates. I get it. People want to sound all scientific with other shit, but as within, so without. Let's not complicate this. Because that's another thing too. It's on some where the information is so simple, but the human way of being can complicate it. And those that complicate it may have the least understanding of chaos to an extent, especially the ignorant ones, the ignorant ones. Because that'll go into the essence of there's nothing new under the sun, because people keep doing the same shit. Just in a different way, but doing the same shit. A different thing, but doing it the same way as any other thing that was designed for expansion and not to be the same, but constantly evolve. Because personally, I don't live by that statement anymore. There's nothing new under the sun. Bullshit. Don't piss on me and tell me it's fucking raining. Bruh, it's no leaves on these trees right now. The same leaves that fell off of them are not the ones that are coming back. It may carry the seed, the root of it, but it's going to be more evolved. It's not the same one though. Because I'm pretty sure your legs and your arms, unless there's some type of, you know what I'm saying, some health matter. We're not talking about that. It's just more so, I'm pretty sure your legs and your arms are not the same that you had when you was a newborn right now. Unless there's some type of health matter that's going on. That's different. But you see what I'm saying? That's that hidden in plain sight vibe. Everything is right there. But if you choose to complicate it and just to sound as though you have this level of awareness, when you get around somebody that actually knows what's going on, that person gonna look crazy as hell. But now you gonna have me wondering, are you okay? Are you okay? Because people want to get real scientific with stuff, but never handle what's going on emotionally. And then they wonder why they're still in the same situation or they're still repeating the cycle. Even if it may not occur in the same exact way, the energy is still there. Welcome, love. To each his own. But just don't complicate it. It's really not that complex at all. It's really not. This whole journey of ascending, it's not complicated. It's really not. And those, as a spiritual warrior, those are the ones that so you really gonna be out here talking to the collective in a way to confuse them and have them thinking that they need to know all of this, when what they're going through on a daily basis, if they just meditate is just you focusing on whatever it is that you're doing at the moment. So a lot of times people can meditate on something that is not beneficial for them. Start there as far as a suggestion, and being mindful as to what it is that one is doing on a daily basis as a form of meditation, but not realizing it when it's something that you're focused on. It only takes 17 seconds of a thought to change your reality. 68 seconds, that thing is cemented right in. And mind you, 68 seconds, that's 108 or 108 or 1 minute and 8 seconds, which is also connected to the circular motion that happens between the sun and the moon and the earth. It's all 108 going around to complete a cycle in some way, shape, or form. That 108, which is also connected to number 9, but it's also a number that is connected to the feminine energy, but the dark divine feminine energy. The dark divine feminine energy in terms of the essence of chaos, the womb state, going back to the 9, going back to the womb, going back to the mother. There you go. Mala beads. That's exactly why. Now imagine that. How often do you find yourself in a thought for about a whole day? We're not even talking about 68 seconds or a minute and 8 seconds. You're talking about 24 hours. And if, let's just say, that thought that you have for 17 seconds completely manifest in a minute and 8 seconds or 68 seconds. And it tells the story of the next 3 months, what you experience for the next 3 months. Imagine 24 hours on a thought that doesn't serve you. That's why it's important to release what no longer serves you. As soon as you recognize it, you feel it. As soon as something doesn't serve you or it's not in alignment to your heart or what love is, you'll feel it immediately. But the thinking, the reasoning keeps you in the situation. You can start right there. Start right there. That's Alan Watts. Some of you may even want to look into Alan Watts. Listen to Alan Watts. Listen to Manly P. Hall, Neville Goddard. Reverend Ike is cool too. Miles Monroe is cool too. You know, expand your horizon when it comes to the stuff that you're taking in. Now, some of them have different views about certain things. Just take what resonates with you, the same way you would in these messages too. 6633 on the thingamajiggy up there. Y'all, it's just, I said this a couple times in other lives. If I actually said what I really am and who I really am, and it's not something you read in the book before, this shit would be no fun. But it ain't even about that. It's just more so I'm here to do what I came here to do and have fun with it. Shit. Now, granted, the whole process was not fun. No, it wasn't. I'm going to tell you now, no, it was not. But once I connect to information and I know my heart is feeling different about it, it's giving me the hug that I may be seeking outside of myself, and it's me giving myself a hug. When it comes to my awareness of what's for me, I don't play around with that. That's the difference. I don't play around with anything that it resonates for me to shift into a better timeline of bliss, no matter how challenging it may seem initially. And trust, I've been in a plethora of situations where I could have went a different route. But this is also where the intuition and the knowledge of psychic gifts, the remembrance of it comes back into play in terms of, you see what this is? You see the path that you'll be on if you make this decision. You see the path that you'll be on in this decision. However, you see a lot more people that you may enjoy your life with over here. You don't see them over here, but energetically, your health, mind, body, spirit, and soul is much better. But along this line, there isn't longevity. Do you want something for just a moment, or do you actually want to experience longevity? Because that's also the essence of the king and queen. Limited to the land and mortality. That's why the essence of Jacob's ladder, Genesis 32:30, see in the face of God, face to face, called it pineal, which is the pineal gland. It's you. It's within you. It's always been within you. In Genesis, genes is, or the beginning of the gene. It's the beginning of the book, but it's technically the last. Because first you have to have the revelation, or the climbing of the ladder, or your DNA. Disconnecting yourself from things that doesn't allow you to build that frequency. And to put it simply stated, you know someone is not of your best interest. You can feel it. Even when you are attempting to make something work out, you know deep down within you. They don't say deep down within your soul for no reason now. You can feel it deep within you as far as what you have to do. Is it going to be comfortable? No. So most people are going to do what is comfortable. And sometimes that's to their detriment. From this moment forward, y'all, as the fact that you're here, that part of your life is done and over with. It's done and over with. Yeah. Final advice for this moment. What we just said. Create new stories for your subconscious mind by getting out of these self-sabotaging thoughts. And focus on what truly brings you joy based on what you believe in, because what you believe in that is influenced by what you know becomes who you are. And again, some of you have been in that process, but you may tend to go back towards a challenge. For some of you, it's out of guilt, out of shame, or some type of attachment that you may still have to a situation. You know what you got going on in your life. A lot can be shown on social media, but what's going on with you within your own personal life, it's time for some of you here to handle it. You got the Knight of Pentacles here, Virgo. South Node and Virgo is going to make sure you do, though. And this is Mars and Pisces. It's going to come through very strong, activating your warrior spirit, your strength. For some of you, you may have been procrastinating on something that is time for you to change. The gift of the Tower. 7237 on the screen. One more. You got two more. Yeah, it's closing it out. It's closing it out. For some of you, this has to do with sorrow, pains, and regrets. This is connected to shame. For some of you, this is why you're having stomach issues. There's a cycle you're not closing out that could be causing some type of digestion discomfort, which is also Virgo in terms of digestion. Because sorrow, pains, regrets, that connects to shame, and it connects to guilt too. So this could be blocking your sacral, your creativity, your sensuality. Some of you are celibate from a place of pain, not from a place of deliverance and bliss. Gotta be very mindful of that. 5/21. It's literally 4 months from now. Yeah, that's after the eclipse. So, shit. Tell me these next 18 months, and that's 18 right here. They're turning to 8. It's exactly what you asked for. The way it comes through may not be the way you asked for it, but it's gonna be the best thing ever that you didn't even know you needed. I just finished writing up a forgiveness letter to my brother. You know, the celibate part. Ah, Shay. I'm glad the message resonates. Ah, Shay. Listen, I feel there is a lot, plenty to celebrate. Just got to get in alignment with it, because holding on to this is blocking vulnerability. And that vulnerability connects you to your crown chakra too. So there's a lot that some of you could be holding in your body, which is your earth, that is not allowing you to reach heaven And I feel it has a lot more to do with patience, though. Where the challenges may come through as far as patience, which we talked about in the beginning of this. What's at the bottom of the deck? The Five of Swords, fives. And we did mention 555. So if you watch this back, it's definitely connected to this. But it's a closing out of conflict and defeat as well in communication with others. What's behind it? The Hierophant. There goes the 555. You can't make this shit up. This is chaos magic, literally. But the only thing we're destroying right now is the perception you used to have that didn't serve you. That's it. You know? That's lit, though. 5-5. And then there's other 5 right here. It's 5 and this. That's 521 again. So the macro to the micro. Ooh. Those Manly P. Hall and Neville Goddard, those two, y'all can even listen to audiobooks and get to work. Okay? And get to work. Because it's the occult information, things that are hidden from your first eye in regards to what you said yes to and coming into this realm. It'll open up. It'll become clearer to you. You got Uranus behind there too. And it's about to go direct. So, yeah. What is that, in 5 more days? I know that shit is not in 5 more days. It might be. The way these 5 is coming, that makes sense. That makes sense. It happens in, 7 days. Uranus goes direct, which is going to bring forth the impulse for change and authenticity, becoming more external, while Uranus is direct, where you are more willing to make changes in your external world. Or those changes happen as a Tower moment. It's all gifty. It's all gifty, but that's behind this. Yeah. The 9 of Wands, the wounded healer, the wounded warrior. Emotional wound that came up at the beginning. Let that shit go. That's exactly what it said. Let that shit go. Oh, what was it? Spiritual wound. Let that shit go. Yep, we are approaching the actual new year when all begins to grow. It'll clear up for you. It'll clear up because there's so much with the planets that are happening that it's going direct. Mercury, that fogginess could also happen when Mercury is invisible, that it can move in a way that the energy picks up the vibe of a retrograde. That's what I'm saying. Astrology be lit. But yeah, yo. I had to give up my lifelong home because of chaos and jealousy from family. But yes, loves. All is well. We're going to claim it. Claim that all is well, because that's what it is. Okay? I love you very much. I love you all very much. I am about to go live. I'll see, because the way my energy is set up, figuratively speaking, shoulders will be coming off people's heads, will be coming off people's shoulders. Because I ain't got the fuck time for it. I mean, ain't nobody over there disrespectful. It's just the dragon's always been awakened, but right today, just today, is on some, what's today, Thursday? Yeah, and the moon is in Scorpio, so there's that. As a Pluto in Scorpio with a Venus in Scorpio, yeah, it's just, and a North Node in the 8th house of Pisces. In Pisces, I had a North Node in Pisces. That's another reason why I be going off now too. But it's all well and dandy. We all gonna rise up and expand, look beautiful doing it. And whoever need to mind their business, they just gonna have to mind their business. You know?